Hypogea is a short, atmospheric 3D platformer where you take the role of this staff-wielding automaton trying to escape from an abandoned underground megastructure. It's got the vibes of Lorne's lore mixed with the quirky robots from Stray, and, best of all, an incredible free demo that was just released on Steam. You're all gonna love this one, I promise. The word hypogeum refers to any sort of underground tomb or chamber, often lost to time itself and containing secrets of the past within it. So that sets the stage nicely for us here. The demo starts off just as our protagonist awakens from a heavy slumber somewhere under the Earth's surface. Or maybe we're not even on Earth, who knows? Another automaton beckons us forward, and slowly we relearn how to move and jump, eventually putting our staff to good use, vaulting forwards with it to cross gaps, or standing on top of it to jump a little bit higher. At first, this movement system did feel a bit alien. There are 2 different buttons you have to use during these acrobatic sequences, but in no time I was flying around the place and soaking in the incredible atmosphere. All the different moves you can pull off with your staff lend to the animation's almost circus-like personality. It can be used to extend your reach and grab onto ledges. You can jam it into open slots and use it as a lever or use it to turn a valve. And you clutch onto it tightly as you flip through the air or do a somersault while landing from a high drop. Overall, platforming feels a little clunky and a little janky, exactly the correct amount of each, I think, to fit this game's aesthetic and general themes of rust and decay. There are different contraptions you'll encounter, like an elevator that requires you to go around and collect purple batteries to get it up and running, or this barred door that requires a short sequence of actions to open. Hypogea also has a bit of a story to it, aside from you and your buddy making your way through this structure. There are bits and pieces of the past scattered around for you to uncover, artifacts to collect, a stranded creature to save, even memories of the past stored in a busted automaton. The humans seem to have abandoned this place for one reason or another, but there's a great deal of beauty still left in the rubble. The design of the first few areas is mostly linear with a few little hidden rooms, but at the very end of the demo, which I guess spoiler alert, we get a sneak peek at the next area of the game, the biggest room yet, and it looks like it could be more open. At least it's definitely more vertical. You don't know how badly I wanted to run in here and start climbing, only to find out this cutscene was it. End of the road. I guess it is a pretty good cliffhanger. The developer of the game, Charlie Wagner, has some other projects posted to YouTube that predate this one, and I always find it fun to see how someone's work has evolved and the common themes that run through their work. Here's a game prototype that Charlie made in 2021 for what they're calling, basically, Super Mirror's Edge Galaxy, focusing on parkour and platforming. A game jam project about a creepy arcade cabinet with tons of early 2000s grunginess, and then a series of robot renders that was so fun to watch through, like flipping through an animated sketchbook just bursting with clever ideas. All these projects can be seen in Hypogea in one way or another, and even after its release, which hasn't been announced just yet, I'll definitely be following Charlie's future creative endeavors. There's a whole lot to love here. The setting of the game immediately drew me in, filling my imagination with possibilities. And I very quickly grew attached to our automaton friend, so now I can't wait to join them in the future and experience the rest of their story. If you're looking for yet another game to add to your wishlist with similar vibes, Motor Slice may be for you. It's also got robots, parkour, and a giant megastructure to traverse. Also not out yet, but I find the construction theme to be quite unique, fighting against rogue equipment, and the whole thing is also super dreamy. And if you're specifically looking for another pole vaulting game, well, you are really in luck then. Pole Vault was just released on Steam. It's about an iridescent newt climbing its way through cyberspace, and maybe, just maybe, it'll be enough to hold you over until we get more news on Hypogea.